Today we're going to talk about billing and how you can streamline your billing operation using Zoho. So I'm going to talk about Zoho Billing, but most of the features that we talk today here will be present in other billing applications. So out of Zoho Finance Suite, we have Zoho Invoice, which started in 2008, and then we launched our accounting product, which is Zoho Books in 2011, based upon the customer's response. And in 2014, we launched Zoho Subscriptions, which was rebranded as Zoho Billing in 2023. Why we did that? Because when we launched in way back about 2 decades ago, the needs of our customers were simple, just a simple invoicing application. But as we grow, we had requests from our customers for a all-round accounting application. So we launched Zoho Books, and then we saw that the market needed subscription billing because the world was going towards the subscription economy. We launched a subscription billing product, and then as time moved on, we saw customers want to move to a hybrid billing model. So one-time customers, businesses charging just one-off, wanted to jump on into the subscriptions bandwagon, whereas subscription businesses wanted to explore or maximize their revenue using one-off hybrid models, usage-based billing, and so on and so forth. So as we added all these features to our product, we thought we might as well rename the product as Zoho Billing so that it will be a more generalized solution for all types of billing needs. So the features that I'm going to take you through today will be present in Zoho Billing, but some of them will also be present in Zoho Invoice or Zoho Books or Zoho Inventory because it all handles the billing needs for customers in different domains. Let me quickly go to my slide. So this is the agenda for today's session. So we'll see how you can set up your company account in Zoho in such a way that you will not have any issues while billing your customers. You'll see how you can optimize your invoicing process. What are the checks and balances that you can put in place to ensure that the invoices are sent to your customers in the correct medium, in the correct metrics with the correct amount. And then we'll see how you can collect the payments on time from your customers. And then finally, we can see how you can leverage all of this and see what are the different metrics that you can get out of the system. So let's see what are some general challenges businesses will face while billing their customers. So most of the businesses spend time on creating a code before a contract being signed and then sending that to your customers. But in that process, if there is any miscommunication or if there is any incorrect data entered in the system, then most probably you go back and forth to amend these invoices, which will probably lead to loss of time and loss of revenue. And then, so you should have good business policies that you should put in place so that you can ensure that the bills are sent on time with the accurate amount, with the accurate details, and so that you can ensure these are collected on time. So all these practices that we are going to follow, there is a huge opportunity here. So mundane works that you have in your billing processes can be automated. So a study by McKinsey says that 49% of the business activities can be automated using our system, using business systems like Zoho. And then if you don't bill your customers at the right moment, and if you don't collect payments on time, it is a huge loss, especially for SMEs and growing startups. So there is a lot of leeway that you have that you can send out invoices in the correct way and collect payments on time. So as Forbes says, the late payments cost SMEs as much as 3 trillion globally. So it is a huge opportunity that you can tap into to collect payments on time. So what we are going to see today is how we can bill your customers in an accurate way so that you can receive your payments on time, and that will keep your company's cash flow healthy. So more often than not, you need a business billing system, and that is how we are launching Zoho Billing. So these are some of our major business segments. So before the rebrand, we had businesses based on subscription industry. Now we have customers from all these industries. So you will be able to bill your customers based upon the time track, one-off billing, subscription billing, usage-based billing. You can bill based upon a monthly basis, annual basis. You can set up a specific date, and you can bill on a pro rata basis. So you can manage a complete billing operations with Zoho Billing. Now, let's go to the agenda. what is organization data. So the data that you put into your account, you have to set up your account in such a way that you will be able to bill your customers in the right amount. So the first thing is you have to set up your company details within the organization profile. So you have to provide your details, the registration details, the legal name, and the tax details. So you will be able to configure your tax details within the tax configuration part. And if you're selling in multiple state, you can also automate these tax computation using our partners like Avalara. So we also have the option to associate these customers' taxes if they are taxable or tax exempt within these settings. So these are the things that you should keep in mind when you set up your company account. And then you have to provide access to your employees. So you need to configure the users and rules for your employees. So only if you provide the right people with the right access, they'll be empowered to generate these transactions on time in the correct manner. So you have to provide access. So we have different rules. You will be able to use admin rule, which will have access to all the modules, or you can create a staff role or clone the staff role, add or remove privileges, and create a custom rule and provide access to your employees so that they can create these transactions on time without any fail. And then next part is if you have, as your organization grows, you would probably want to put in place a mechanism so that you can have an approval mechanism in check. So we have a single level approval wherein employees can approve to a single approver, an admin, or you can also set up multi-level approver so that the process is streamlined so that whenever an invoice is generated, it has to be approved by specific people in the finance team or in the sales team and when before it goes to your customers. The next thing is the product master that you set up within your system. So all your items that you create, the goods or services that you're selling, you have to ensure that the right prices are entered into the system. And if you're selling subscriptions, you would also want to create subscription plans, add-ons, and discount coupons. So you'll be able to set up everything within Zoho system, and you will also be able to create price lists. So if you're selling in multiple geographies, if you want to set up price lists for multiple currencies, you can set that up within the organization. And if you are running any offers, like if you want to create a markup or markdown price list for existing custom, you will also be able to configure that within the price list module. And then whenever you send these details to your customers, you have to ensure that you are sending the invoices with the right communication methods. So you can customize the invoice details, the email notification settings, the reminder notifications, and also you will be able to configure the mode in which the invoice is being sent to your customers. It can be sent through email or SMS notification or even WhatsApp, which is primarily growing up across the markets. So you'll be able to customize all the templates within a system and ensure that the customers are receiving these invoices on time so that they can make payments on time. The next thing we are going to see here is how you can optimize the invoicing process. So different businesses will have different processes. So you'll be able to incorporate a quote to cash model inside Zoho Billing. So businesses which have a sales-based workflow can create quotes and have that sent to your customers. The customers can accept these quotes from within the client portal, or they can also click the link and accept the quotes from the client portal. So if the quote is accepted, you can set up automations in such a way that you can automatically create retainers so that your customer should have to pay X amount before the quote is being generated and it's invoiced to your customers. So this is predominantly possible for industries that require payments upfront before they start up the projects. And you will also be able to convert these quotes to invoices whenever you want. So you can set up a mechanism in such a way that if a quote gets accepted, it can also be generating an invoice instead of a retainer. The next thing is subscription invoices. As I mentioned earlier, Zoho Billing has subscription capabilities which enables you to create subscriptions from your website or through the admin portal. So if you want to create a subscription, you can create it in different pricing models. So it can be a freemium pricing, it can be pay per quantity. So you can set up different volume based pricing, tier pricing, It can also be a hybrid model where you can pick and choose different pricing models and implement that in the Zoho Billing. So when you generate these transactions, you will have life cycle of the subscription. So the customers, if they want to sign up from your website, they can purchase the subscription from your website, and it can be a trial based subscription. And after the trial days, the subscription gets activated. And if the subscription wants to be upgraded, so your customers can upgrade these subscriptions directly from our customer portal. It can also provide cancellation or pause and resume within the client portal. And the best thing about subscription is you will be able to automate the proration calculation. So whenever a customer wants to upgrade a subscription, you don't have to calculate the amount, the number of days that they utilized, and the amount remaining in the current billing cycle. Zoho's system takes care of that. So you will be able to bill your customers the accurate amount for the period, the plan that they purchased. The next thing is payment terms. So whenever you send out these transactions to your customers, you have to ensure that you're putting up the correct payment terms. So you'll be able to configure these terms under the customer level, as well as you can configure them at the transaction level while you generate a transaction. And if you are providing credits to your customers, you can also have a credit limit. You can configure that at organization level, and then you can configure that at customer level. So if you exceed the credit for any customer, the system will automatically notify that the credit limit is being exceeded. So you'll be able to restrict your employees to send out invoices if they don't pay on time. The next thing is discounts. So if you provide discounts to your customers, it will help them to sign up your services faster. So you can create invoices that have discount amount, or you can also create coupons for customers that are purchasing your products from your website. So you will also be able to set up automations and validation in place, so that if your salesperson are misusing this, you can put up enough policies in place showing that you will be able to catch if they are providing discounts greater than the amount that is specified in the system. So you will be able to put processes in place to ensure that your customers are getting the discounts, as well as your sales team is following the process properly without giving too much discounts. Now that you've invoiced your customers, the next thing is how you can collect these payments on time. So I just wanted to break something and wanted to know if any of you are using offline payment modes or online payment modes. So as a business grows, you can incorporate different payment methods as well to increase the chances of getting paid on time. And in Zoho Billing, you also have the option to save the payment methods. So if you want to get paid on time, the best way is also to get your customers to incorporate the payment methods, so you can automatically charge them for your subscriptions, or you can charge them for overages on time. And as the business grows, you would also want to provide multiple payment options like cards, ACH, and PayPal, so that your customers will have the option, the payment methods that they have, and they can make payments on time. And all these payment methods are also available from our sales service portal. So the customers should have the right access at the right point of time, so that they will be able to access these transactions and make payments. So if they miss out these emails, they should have a centralized portal wherein they can log in and see their history of transactions. And in case of subscriptions, you can also empower them to make changes to their subscription contract within the customer service portal. They'll be able to upgrade, downgrade, purchase new add-ons, add new payment methods, and then change the mode of payments from the client portal. And if you're sending invoices to your customers, you have to ensure that the customers pay on time. Especially if you're sending out without any online payment option, you have to remind these customers in as much modes as possible. So you can send out reminders at specific time intervals, and you can set this up based upon the due date of the invoices. So you can set up multiple reminders and send out automations as well. So we have options to automatically void an invoice if the customer does not pay on time. So you can send out multiple reminders, and if they don't pay on time, you can have the salesperson void the invoice, or you can also automate that from within the system. Now, for online subscriptions, you would also want to automate this standing management process. So we have options that will automatically retry the failed payments at specific time intervals, and you can notify these customers through email, and you will also have the options to have them enter an alternate payment method. So whenever they receive this notification that the payment failure, they'll have the options to add an alternate payment method, and that will be automatically retried when the next payment cycle comes in. And after unsuccessful retries, you can choose if you want to just cancel the subscription and void the invoice, or you can also choose to mark it as unpaid and manually follow up with your sales team. So this will ensure that you can get money on time, and you will have you give your customers grace time so that they can make payment with alternate payment modes. And if the customers don't pay on time, you have to have different processes in place. So you can have the carrot and stick method. So you can either negatively reinforce that if you don't pay on time, you incur late fee. You can add multiple levels of late fee within our system. So based upon the number of days an invoice is overdue, you can add late payment fee to the invoices. Or you can also positively reinforce that for customers who pay on time, you will be able to have automations that will provide credits, or discounts can be automatically added to the subscriptions. So this will ensure that your customers will have ample opportunity to pay on time. And if they don't do, you can either punish them, or if they pay before the due date, you can reward them using discounts or credits. Now I'm in the final part of the presentation. Right now, you have all the process in place. So you've created a transaction, you've sent out that to your customers, and your customers have paid on time. So you would want to measure all the metrics within the system. So you have the option of leveraging your reports. So we have more than 55 plus reports ranging from MRR, ARR, and sales based reports like sales by customers, sales by item, sales by transactions. So you'll have the opportunity to add any additional fields to your reports, and you can run these reports, or you can also schedule this report at a fixed time interval so that you can get notified on all these sales metrics. And the best thing is you have the revamped version of our reports wherein you can see the invoice details, aging summary, payment failures, and payment received. So you have to keep a track on your receivables on time. So we have options that you can notify if the customers try to make a payment online, and if they don't make a payment, you can see that in the lost opportunities report. If the customer has a renewal payment failure, you can see that under the under risk report. If the customer has tried to purchase your product, but they didn't even go through the payment screen, you can automatically notify them that you have tried to purchase this product, you've left midway, you can resume your product purchase from this link. So there is an abandoned cart process in place which can be automated and notify your customers and recover this lost revenue from the receivables. So all these metrics have options to customize this, and you can also run reports on cohorts. So you can compare reports based upon the geography of your customers and see which customers from which regions are paying on time. And then you can also compare these reports based upon products and see which products are performing well. And for the products that are not performing, you can run campaigns with discount coupons to ensure that the customers are purchasing all your products. And you can also run cohort reports and schedule them so that you will get notified of all these revenue metrics on time. So these are some of the revenue cohorts that we have within our system. You will be able to run details metrics for subscription based reports like when the customer has signed up, when they have renewed, when they have upgraded. If they have cancelled, you can get the cancellation reason and get out the final churn reports as well. So you'll be able to have the entire life cycle of the customers captured within the system. And if they don't pay on time, you can ensure that the policies that you put in place are notifying your customers on time and notifying your team on time, so that you can ensure you have a positive cash flow and ensure that you can get paid on time. So with all these, you will be able to connect with our Zoho products. As I mentioned earlier, Zoho Billing is integrated with all the applications that we have. So from a front office perspective, you can connect it with our CRM application. You can run campaigns for subscribers using Zoho campaigns. You can embed our payment pages in Zoho sites. From a back office perspective, you can sync all the invoices details that you have from the subscriptions to our accounting application, and you can reconcile, automate the reconciliation process. And if you're using subscription box businesses, you can connect a subscription billing with the inventory so that you can also configure the orders and send out the shipments and track that on time. And if you want advanced analytics, the basic reports that we have, if that doesn't do, you can sync all the existing data to our analytics platform, and then you can build your own dashboard. So let's say if you want to get the percentage of customers signing up from a particular marketing camp, you will be able to connect your Google AdWords with Google Analytics, and then you can connect that with Zoho Billing. So you can see the customer's acquisition cost in Zoho Analytics. And then you can collaborate with your customers with Zoho Mail. You can run custom scripts for custom functions in Zoho Sheets. And you can also chat with your employees with the Click integration. So apart from all the default applications, if you want to customize anything, you will be able to automate that using your Creator or Flow integration. And for customer support, you can connect your Zoho Desk or Zoho Sales IQ with Zoho Billing. So your customers can chat with the employees from the customer portal using Sales IQ. And you can also see the tickets. And within the tickets, you will be able to see the subscription details directly from within Zoho Desk instead of your employees being logging into Zoho Billing portal. So all these are possible because of Zoho's ecosystem, and we have built up these ecosystem on top of the same platform. So if you have any if you want, let's say, apart from the Zoho applications, if you want to connect with any third-party application, you have a list of payment providers, collaboration suite, tax automation suite, and even help desk software. And if you need a custom solutions, we have open API and webhooks. So all the Zoho products are built upon customizable, extensible, and scalable platform. So the default features that you have within the system, if that doesn't suit you, you can extend the product using custom fields, custom modules, and custom views. So if you want to automate something, you can run custom functions and custom schedules that can be done. So all this is possible because we have built a platform, and then you can extend that to any extent that you want. So that's it for today's session from me.